Hello and welcome back to our adventures of Duncan Egg. So, down here we have a decision. We have a decision called Champion of the Crownlander Culture. Now, looking at this, it seems to be related to the culture of the person who holds the duchy, right? This is how this event works, and we've worked out it's not really going to work for us. However, I am wondering what happens when it's in an area that doesn't have a duchy. Like this area here has no duchy. So is the event different if we're over here? And that's something we're going to find out. Also gives us a great excuse to move, as we need to move in order to, well, find new jobs. We need to get more money, and we need to fund an army, basically, for ourselves. And that's the plan. Once we have an army, there are many more things that we can do, but until then, well, it's basically do jobs. So, let's head down to, I think Great Fork's part of this, right? Great Fork is part of the Blackwater Rush. Yeah, so let's head down here and see what's going on down here. It's a little dangerous. Can I do forward scouts? It's a little less dangerous, and we can actually probably do with just that then. Yeah, there we go. Wonderful. We'll just head down here. Right. So what does it look like here? Ah, does your duchy of your current location exists? Okay, so yeah, it can only be done where the de jure duchy exists. Ah, well that takes out that plan. Basically, I was thinking maybe if the county mattered, then it would look at the next level up, and the next level up would end up being him, and maybe we could do something interesting, but no. De jure duchy needs to exist. So let me just do a quick check of the de jure duchies here. So, doesn't exist. Does exist. Oh, help out a Stormlander. Wait a second. Stormlander. But the culture, oh, is Stormland. Oh, well that's not useful then. That's not useful to us. King's Landing, we could probably do it in, but I don't think, well, that's interesting. King's Landing, it might let you do it in. But it shouldn't. You know what, let's head to Bramsfort here for a second. Let's head to Bramsfort. Okay, so if I go here... Wow, actually, it would potentially give us King's Landing peacefully if I was Faith of the Seven, which I am. If I had a weak hook on the king, which I don't have. Friend with the king, I don't have. But these are achievable goals. Wait a second, yeah. We could have a hook and a friendship with the king. And a level of fame above him? I might already have a level of fame above him. What's his level of fame? His level of fame is Exalted Amongst Men. Never mind, I'm not going to have that. Oh wow, that's actually incredibly achievable. Yeah. That's incredibly achievable for us to get this. You need a lot of prestige to make it happen, but... yeah, that would allow us to just take King's Landing. Huh. That's very odd. It's very odd that it would let you. Wait, does that give you all of King's Landing? It would give you the High Lordship. Huh. Interesting. That is interesting. That might be our best path forward in terms of power. Yeah, and that might be our easiest way to be landing. That is actually wild that our easiest way to be landed is to take King's Landing. Let me just have a look at some of the other duchies for a second here. Crownlander. Crownlander. Riverlander. Oh, wait a second, that's Riverlander. Wait a second, you're Riverlander. So what about here? What about Point Square right here? Let me head up there. That might actually be our second option, which is a little less crazy. Awakening. Is nightfall and a woman is hard at work when we arrive at the cereal field south of Shinebridge. She appears to be flattening crops at a rapid pace using a large flat piece of wood. Alright. That's what I'm going to say to that. Okay, let's have a look at Champion of the Crownlander Culture. Well, look at this. We can get a claim on the High Lordship of Deerfield. Yeah, we're Faith of the Seven. Lord Osmond. Yeah, interesting, because he's Riverlander. We can do this. That is crazy. Okay, so this is our play. This is our play. We get the prestige from this, we get the money, and then we can get ourselves landed. Easy. We don't even need to war. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we wouldn't have to war at all. In fact, warring isn't even really a possibility here. But no, we could totally do this. We just need 2,000 prestige. Okay. Yeah, there are some other things here that we might want to do. Like this one we might want to do. In fact, we could very easily do as well. All we have to do is do one martial or prowess contract of no criminal nature. And then get the prestige, or then get exalted amongst men, which will need you to get 5,000. So that's achievable. Tales of Sir Duncan. Yeah, a lot of these are prestige gated. That's the problem. They all cost so much prestige. I think we can do this. Okay, so Point Square is our place. So let me just mark this guy right here. So he is the person who we want to take the land off of. Okay. Interesting. Well, now we have a plan. Now the only problem is I need yeah, a lot more prestige. Yeah, like a lot more prestige. Okay. How are we going to achieve that? Well, let's see if they've got any jobs for us here. Right. Also, a hook and a friendship would be good. Wait a second. Could we educate you? Ah, no. I was seeing whether there was a way we could somehow educate him, because if we could educate him, then that would be a way to get a hook or a friendship. I don't suppose I can even try and befriend him or anything right now. Nope. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go back into here, and let's say, I'm thinking of something else. Town Crier. Okay, I would like... Ugh. Give me the stewardship contracts. Okay. That's fine. We can go to the castle. I can go to demoralize soldiers. The tent camp at the edge of Point Square is filled to the brim with soldiers and combatants, big and small, of various different cultures but mainly Crownlanders. They are gathered in groups, most of them scowling and looking around as if searching for a way out of their misery. I keep going until I find an imposing man who just finished yelling at a couple of scared combatants, and he eyes me suspiciously. Ah, so this allows our men-at-arms to be reinforced. Okay, let's say because of my faith. Okay, that's fine. Visit the training grounds. Well, we could spar with Valero. That worked. We got our prowess to increase. And then I don't really have money for anything else. Right, where are my stewardship contracts? Oh, they're down here. Boundary dispute, boundary dispute. That's fine, we'll do the boundary disputes. Right. Traveling down here. Let's get rid of forward scouts. Let's go. Okay. Worthbridge's streets are gripped by a fever of gossip and scandal. A complicated matter of marriage, inheritance, and business arrangements gone awry. I've seen a vast section of the best local land for grazing horses go to some fool with neither money nor skill. Okay. Because of my martial skill I can just pass. Because of my stewardship skill I can just pass. Or because I'm a swords for hire camp I can just pass. Okay, let's pass due to martial. That's fine. Done. Hey, it was a success. Okay. That was easy. Yeah, I could potentially get money off of one of these guys, but I don't want to spend my prestige. That's the problem. Right, let's settle another boundary dispute. Let's go. Right, head down here. Same thing. I'm going to go martial. We solved it. Wonderful. Okay. And then I'm just going to see whether he's got a huge amount of money. 83 gold is pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. We'll hold off though for now. Here. You may gain fame from travel. I do like fame. I would prefer prestige, but I'll take fame from travel. Yeah, let's take fame from travel. That'll allow us to go up. Oh, wait a second. We may be able to achieve another one, right? Because his level of fame is only established, while ours is illustrious, so we're a level of fame above him. Wait, so, for this one, the champion of the Crownlander culture, this tick, this tick, so we need to either get a weak hook or a friendship with this guy. We can get a weak hook if we can do a job for him, so we kind of want to stay in the area. Okay, what other jobs have I got? Got some things down here. Could go up this way a little bit more. Let's stay within the same duchy and just go up a little bit. Well, let's go up to... yeah, let's go up to Brackworth then for now. Just trying to see if it'll spawn me some new things. How long will it take for us to get new things? It'll take 3 months. Okay, that's fine. Let's go a little further north then. Right. Let's go. Hey! New things. Okay. Raise building. Protect the innocent. Rescue a fair subject. Let's go and do this one. Ooh, and then we can do dragon lore on the way to the next one. Right. So, protect the innocent. Let's do it. Animals, thugs, ruffians. The mere thought seems to be enough to disturb Lord Ambrose's demeanour. The common people of the High Lordship are so agitated I fear they may rise in arms any moment now. Those with young families have been rebuking my officers, asking why we have not protected them. Okay, so we want to do a 3-2. And we're almost certainly just gonna, yeah, be like 100 all the way up there. Interesting, I did auto-join agents and it had... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I hadn't auto-joined the agents. That's weird. Huh, so it did those 3 first and then it did these 2. Huh. Okay. Is this the best we could do? Really? That's the best we could do? I disagree. Yeah. That's obviously gonna be better. What if I remove you 2 as well? And you. So let's have a look. So yeah, so 19, 24, 24. There. Yeah, so now I'm on 11-day phases, or 14-day phases. See, this is why I don't auto-assign all the time, because if you auto-assign, we would end up spending twice as long on this scheme. So, yeah. Anyway. Wow. Wait, do we gain 40% per tick? That's absurd. Yes, pretty much 40% per tick. Wow. Okay. There are camp rumors going around. This week's our paradox, but there's much talk about the unsavory habits of Morio. Several people claim to smell a rat, arguing that he's simply the victim of a smear campaign. I'm going to leave well enough alone for the prestige. Okay. Pregnancy. My wife is pregnant. Oh, fantastic. We can make an offering to the mother. Sure, let's do that. Also, we're now making a little bit more money. Nice. A grand tournament. Oh, I'd love to go. Where is it? Lady Rain. It must be... Nope, it's not there. Wait, where is it? Wait, where is the grand tournament? Blackmont. Oh, it's in Dorne. Wow, that's a way away. I want to do it. I think it's a different spelling of rain than the one I thought it was. Anyway, yeah, let's go with... Well, when does it start? 11th. Oh, so we... oh, sorry, it starts on the 10th to the 12th, and we get on the fair on the 1st to the 12th. You do mercenary guards, that'll give me the travel speed. And then fire the forward scouts. Yeah, I think that's the play. And then we're just going straight there. Okay, it's worth going to a grand tournament, though. I mean, that's a great way to gain prestige, so... Let's go. Rival's End. In the dead of night, near our camp at Fonchview, I step out quietly. What was that sound? Actually, before we do this, I'm just going to quickly move this one off to the side. Hey, we finished the scheme. There's a very good reason why I did that, then. The reason why I did that is I'm fairly certain that one of these guys is in my scheme and I didn't want it to lose success chance. That's when I see it. My friend, Valero, silently draws closer to my acquaintance Morio, who is sleeping in the open fields. With a heavy stone, Valero crushes Morio's skull, leaving the grass stained with blood. Valero quickly scans the area, unaware of seeing everything. Well, obviously, I'm going to say guards. Yeah. That is unacceptable. He's no longer my sworn shield, and he's now imprisoned. I think, unfortunately, friends, you might have to be executed. Although, apparently, that would stress me out to an unbelievable degree. Wait, why is it unjust to execute him? He literally murdered somebody. That seems like a very just reason in R1 to execute. At least in, with the laws of the land. I guess we could banish him instead? Wait, I could send him to the Night's Watch. That'd be a wild place for a Bravose to end. Yeah, I guess I'm going to send him to the Night's Watch. Yeah. Well, I'll see you later, friends, I guess. Well, he is now gone. He's accepted the conditions for release, and he is now somewhere very, very cold. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll see how he does up there in the Night's Watch. Not a lot I can do about that. Our wagon was getting stuck, however, I'm very strong, so I can just pick it up. Travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak with me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. Stock up on some little luxuries to make her food bearable. I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. Yes, our provisions are perhaps a bit lower, or a bit below where I'd like them to be, but there is little cause for such alarm. Okay, we can probably find something. Cool, we got some provisions. Nice. And now... Too late. My caravan leader approaches me with a grim look on her face. I'm sad to report we didn't make it in time, my sir. The activity already started and we are simply not there for it. Oh, alright then. We couldn't possibly arrive late. Well, okay. That's annoying. True aim. This is a competition where we shoot for something and we're going to win. Because our prowess is better and it's a prowess check. Right. Lucky rabbit's paw. Not very lucky for the rabbit. Let's get rid of the ancient plaque. Put that on and then... I have no armor, so can't destroy the plaque. Right. Quarreling servants. My ward, Scalera, has faced a new test of her abilities. Two quarrelsome servants brought a dispute, each claiming the other spilled a fine arbor red on a set of expensive curtains. They thrashed back and forth with shouts and jabs as the other servants watched intently. Scalera reacted violently, screaming at the entire staff for failing to resolve such a simple issue themselves. She failed to notice the frustrated look on the servants' faces as she flippantly dismissed both the dispute and their value. So she's rude? We can make her authoritative or inquisitive. Well... When I say to address problems you must seek the root, that seems like a better place for her to be. Like, we're not really grooming her to be, like, a noble. So let's go with this. Let's make her inquisitive. Danger. A fearsome beast. We walk the wood path at a good pace, enjoying the peaceful ambience. From the corner of my eye, I'm sure I glimpsed the sharpened tusks of... A loud squeal confirms it. A boar. The brown beast charges onto the track, its great trotters kicking up mud. Flanked by poplar trees, it completely blocks our way forward to Milkstone. Philip whispers, "Just look at those tusks." And say, "Stand aside, I'll handle it. Kill it, Philip. Or run for your lives." Well, this is one of those situations where gameplay-wise, I'm like, run for your lives. But Duncan-wise, like... we're definitely going to do it. Also, have you noticed that every time we get a danger event, we get a normal event as well? I'm going to win that duel as well. Just while we're here. Okay. Yeah, gameplay-wise, I'm like a 2 or a 3. But roleplay-wise, it has to be 1. Step aside, I'll handle this. Okay, we killed the boar. Wasn't worried at all. No issues. Definitely didn't think we were about to just die. Despite it only being a 4% chance. A study in martial. Sarah, the local captain, and a few of her officers greet me as my entourage enters the military camps of Lolliston. I quickly dismount, eager to inspect the local barracks, positively brimming with activity. I nod, appreciating the organized chaos I'm observing. Now what would my lord want to do next? Let's do some sparring. Hey, we increased our martial. That's nice. Right, I'm now going to travel here, but we're going to travel here via Harrenhal. So let's go. I don't need mercenary guards. Start moving. Dragon Lore Harrenhal. The stories of Harrenhal do not do it justice, I believe. No occupant has dared to take on the challenge of rebuilding the once grand castle. Instead it lies in ruin. It is far bigger than any castle I've stepped foot in. Even the Red Keep can't compare. The once great towers had been cracked and bent by dragonfire long before my arrival. Harren the Black had faith in these walls, and his line ended within them. The castle serves as a reminder that the dragon should not be challenged. Harren the Black was a fool, we say. Right, let's rescue a fair subject here. Let's do a 3-2. Stick you in there. Actually, you know what? Don't put you in there. Are you better as a lookout? You are. Okay. I'm seeing what we can get to here. No, that's not better. Okay. Because I think that the next best on here is like 19 or whatever, so let's have a look. Yeah, it's 19, so we can lose 1 but get 37 back there. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. 14-day phases? Yep. Okay, fantastic. Ooh, what's this? Collect taxes. Ooh, we can do that one at the same time. Pounding hooves. Ugh, my head, moans Prunella as she rides alongside me. I raise an eyebrow in silent inquiry at the woman's exclamation. In response, Prunella simply slumps down across her horse, whimpering and clutching at her temples. Please, someone had a good night last night. She's hungover, is she not? Oh, she is pregnant. Oh, okay then. Well, I'll slow down for her. And then we're going to head to collect taxes. Small group. And let's go. Okay, we are now at the city gates. Let's start with Corlys. Corlys is the city's master, and he has a well-stocked kitchen. We will go for a stewardship challenge. Hey, we got the investigation stuff. Let's go to Raylan. Raylan has wealth from hostels, and he has a well-stocked kitchen. We are going to go for a 95% chance learning challenge. Wonderful. Then we're going to go to Hosteen. Hosteen sells exotic food. He has a large chest of silver. Let's go with diplomacy. Hey, so we're 3 out of 4. Let's go to Helly. Helly has a jail that she runs, but it has a well-stocked kitchen. Philip, examine. That gets us 4 out of 4. And the proclamation. Okay, my gut tells me they genuinely lack the coin to pay, and my investigation shows it to be entirely true. Okay. That's a special failure, interestingly. Yeah, so special failure I think gives us the provisions. I could say half. Half would be fine. Because I have all the evidence, I can choose to make them pay all of it, but... let's say pay half, because they genuinely lack the amount to pay. Okay. Paid in part. Locals are not entirely happy with the decision. That's clear enough from the sudden mutterings, yet I doubt that Lord Ambrose is likely to be overjoyed either. Still, compromise often involves leaving someone, sometimes everyone, unhappy, and Master Corlys and his cronies know that this is the best resolution they're likely to get. Okay. Okay, fair success is what we got there, basically. He took it well. Right, and now we're waiting to rescue this fair subject. Ooh. Is that a work of learning? Yeah, I'm not going to create works of learning. That's not really our thing. We are going to hold a camp revelry, though. Definitely. Max out here. We could have a guest of honor. We don't have any guests of honor. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's close this. Fireside chat. Let's go. Right, ready to go. We close that. We're now going to go in here. We're going to fire that scheme. Include our contract. And we have saved Shella. We're not going to try and seduce Shella. We're simply going to say we have a long path ahead of us and get ourselves some prestige and innocent rescued here and all sorts of other bonuses. Wonderful. Okay. Do I have enough for the scheme, by the way, now? I do. Okay. Well, no, I don't. I need 2,000. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong bit. Okay. We still don't have the other requirements, but... oh, hire as mercenaries. Let me pause the game. There we go. Log shortage. I'm going to go chop a tree down. Cool. Right. So this is Tyrosh who are wanting to hire us. So you want me to join this war on your side. So you're losing the war currently. You're being attacked by this person for somebody's claim on Tyrosh. We're not going to provide enough troops to swing that war. I'm gonna decline. I'm not interested. I'm curious about Archon Mercalio of Tyrosh's offer and would be honoured to stand alongside his bannerman. However, a few gold coins is not enough to risk the lives of my brave followers. I should ask for more. We could ask to settle. Oh. Official alliance. Force him to be my patron. We need provisions or I don't want to join. I said no. I said no to joining. So yeah, I guess if you decline, you can get that options screen. Interesting. But yeah, no, it's a war that we're going to lose. I'm not interested in joining it. Hey, I made a friend with my ward. That's good. And pedagogy has now given her some extra diplomacy. And I now have a daughter. Okay. We could name Prunella after her mother. Do we have anyone else who we can name after? I was thinking if it was a son, we might name something to do with egg, but as Prunella's fine. We can name her after her mother. That's fine. Prunella, who is robust. Okay. Cool. Right. Back to the revelry. Tales told. And then he tumbled like a sack of bricks. I hit him right in the head, it did. Egg soaks in the acclaim of the gathering with a satisfied smile. It's quite a tale of daring do, indeed. The assorted companies still seem quite agog, trying to cajole another story from Egg's lips. Okay. I can make him a mace. Does he have a weapon? I think we gave him one, right? We gave him a bow. Yeah, so I don't need that. I could tell a story. I can say another. Or a fine tale. Let's try and get him to say another. Okay. Cool. Carrying on. We can knight John Clawton, who I'd actually forgotten we were even, like, doing anything with. Was he just gaining the passive amount per month and we didn't even, like, didn't do any training at all for him? Huh. We could knight him. Okay, we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay. A wandering merchant. Only the finest wares. I heard and saw your revelries from afar and of course had to divert to offer you fine people a chance at procuring them. Get a Riverlander sword. That's nice. It is better than our mace. Like, our mace is 3 prowess, but there's 3 with injury prowess in there as well. Or I could buy the book, or be gone. I mean, yeah, that seems good. I'm going to buy your Riverlander sword. Time flies, the revelry is done. We get our bonuses, which is all very good, and we get a camp building as well, probably. We got the pavilion upgraded, which is great, and a new martial perk. The new martial perk is going to be... I don't know. Probably... I actually don't know. How about spouse opinion for now? I was wondering if we want to switch here so I can grab the befriend scheme. I think I do. I think I'm going to switch to heralding because I want the befriend scheme. Because that'll allow us to achieve our goals. I'm then going to equip the Riverlander sword. I don't know. Where did we get it? So we got it at Dari. I'm trying to think of giving it a better name. This Riverlander sword's fine. Nella's mace, I think, is going to go to our new knight, John Clawton. Yeah. Who I never actually trained at all. I am going to offer you a knighthood. He accepted, and now I'm going to... To me, he doesn't already have a weapon. Oh, he has the makeshift mace. Never mind. I was going to give him Nella's mace, but I guess not. You know what, Prunella? I'm going to give you Nella's mace. Yeah. There we go. Give her a little extra prowess. That seems good. Passage of Arms scheme. Martial scheme. Let's have a look in here. We're also close to being able to do this, right? Yeah, Captain of the Aurochs. Which would give our house swan song. But the thing is, we don't have a house. That's the thing. I don't think that's going to work. Because we don't have a house to get the buffs against. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to head back down here for the chances of us. So where is it? It's this one. I'm going to head back down here for the chances that we get a job from him. Jonah is not feeling well. Okay, Jonah. Jonas could treat him. We could try and treat him, but Jonas is our maester, so treat him. You did. Well done. Okay. Also, that's interesting armor you're wearing. That's very interesting. Is that not the Kingsguard armor, usually? Interesting, yeah. Okay. So we're back over here. Let's go for... visit the castle holding. Town Crier. I'd like hireling duties, or would I like this one? Let's do martial duties, why not? Right, head back. Have a look at the castle. Let's go to the training grounds. Have a training session. Nice. Okay. That's fine. Let's head back. Okay. Have I got anything in here I want to upgrade, by the way? I know our pavilion just upgraded, which is huge. Anything else that gets us money here? We get an armor off, so that would allow us to sell that plaque. Yeah, let's grab the armor. Okay, so we got hired muscle down there. Where's the other hireling scheme? They collect taxes, maybe? Probably the collect taxes one. Set to Stokesworth. Ooh, there's a hired muscle scheme here as well. Okay. Let's do it. We're going to do a 3-2. We know kind of what we need to do here. We just select the best people available. There we go. Right. No, don't conclude contract. I wasn't even able to. I was just clicking buttons. I was basically just being like, let's continue. Right. Aches and pains. Well, Egg is wincing a bit from the pain of not sleeping on a bed. Well, we have a little bit of money. Let's rest in a proper bed. Okay. There we go. 100% success chance. Conclude our contract. Hired muscle was a success. Nice. Okay. Let's head over here. Ooh, what's this one? Lord Byron is doing a faction against Lord Qualton of Rosby. Yeah, no, I'm not strong enough for that. That is not my it's not my fight at all. Okay, let's hired muscle scheme. Go 3-2. Again, we've done this scheme many times now. We know exactly what the best option is for us here. Something that looks a little bit like that. Everybody has slightly higher stats because I think it's based... Some of this is based on prowess. Yeah, and we just raised the prowess of everybody by 1, so... Yeah, I didn't mean to click execute scheme, obviously. Right, carrying on. Burying the hatchet. So Duncan, we have had our differences in the past, but don't you agree it is time to let bygones be bygones? Says Arion, Bright Flame Targaryen. My rival and marshal down here. Do you think we... Oh, also my follower has been adopted by a cat. Think we would stop being rivals with them? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Right. Execute our scheme. Right. We got our money. And that's all very good. And we've finished our camp thing over here as well. So now I can get rid of the ancient plaque, right? Oh, no, I still need to hire the armorer. It's going to be John the Chaste. Also, do I have a sworn shield who could be here? Oh, you know what? My sword and shield is definitely Sir John Clawton, who was the knight that we trained up. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Okay. That's fine. Now I should be able to destroy this ancient plaque for 1 gold? That's barely worth it. Okay, well, that's fine. At least it doesn't really cost us anything to have an armor. That's good. Let's head up here again, just to the province that's actually going to be what allows us to achieve our goals. So, Champion of Crownlander Culture. We're just missing the prestige and we can do it. The thing is, I still need the 3 things. So, I need the Faith of the 7. I already have the Level of Fame. I just need Friend or Weak Hook. That's the problem. Is there anything else I can do here? Town Crier? Nice. Let's do some of these. Okay, hunt criminals and rescue a fair subject. I'm going to do hunt criminals here first. Let's go small group. The reason I didn't do hunt criminals and that at the same time is I think if I went up to this one, it would cancel the... or this one would be too far away for us to trigger, so that's why I did it like this. Alright, John the Griffin here. That's who we're up against. I've expected more if I'm honest. Clearly a good master's budget is suffering. So, shall we? Have at thee, bastard, we say. Okay. Strike, parry, riposte. My form is good with small errors. His is passable. Let's see what I'm going to do here. Let's make it harder for us to injure ourselves. Oh! Taking my time, staying calm, mixing relentless parrying with infuriating dodges, I inexorably erode my opponent's energy. It's quite a while before a suitable gap opens in John's guard, but when it does, it's all I need. A single powerful cleave from my sword, I tear through his belly and into his stomach. Gore, bile, and my opponent's last meal flood out, showering my lower half, and he lets out an ear-splitting scream. It is perhaps a kindness when I end John's suffering early. Well, we've defeated him. And our scheme was successful. Wonderful. We get to head back. Let's head up here to... actually... Oh, I was going to say now we should be able to see our prestige, but we can't, because we spent some of it. Let's head up here to this one. Right. Let's go for this fair subject. Let's go... 3-2. Might look quite familiar to you here at this point. There we go. Right. And we're almost there. Well-oiled machine. A little forced attempt putting itself up every few evenings is something we got very, very good at of late. First one, then another, with people and tools spreading out down the lines to help their neighbours in a model of speed and efficiency. Eston and Alice, who generally got along in the past, seem to be especially bonding tonight as they aid one another. Because we have the fixed domicile, I can say as it should be. We just gain some bonuses. Say do need a hand, or it's good to see those two getting on. Let's say as they should be. Hire as mercenaries. You would like me to join your war. Okay. What is a raid for captives? Wait, are you attacking? You're attacking in a raid for captives. I decline. I don't want to join. I'm not interested. I'm not going to help you raid someone for captives. Unworthy peasants. While I was in the village with Scalera, her attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Scalera lifted her head and made a show of ignoring the criminals begging for water. Arrogant? No. Compassionate, I think, might be where we go here. Bring the poor man the water he asked for. Alright. Execute scheme, seize the moment. We have rescued the fair lady, who we are not going to try and bring back to our camp. Right. Wonderful. Okay. Let's have a look at our ward here for a second. Brave, inquisitive, compassionate. I think this is good. You give her a martial drill as well at the same time. Anything else we can do here? We can't influence her personality. Oh, she's already considering I think. Hey, she got rough terrain expert. Now we can do this. We can try and make her just as well, or humble. Let's go for just. It was a failure. I approached Galera bearing another child's favourite wooden sword, saying, "You may have this." "Why? I don't even want it." "Why not? It's natural to covet things that aren't yours, to thrill at bettering others. Why not take what you can and allow me to use my power as I wish?" "Well, if you insist." It didn't work. Okay, well, that's fine. And I think with that, we're going to end the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.